Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different and I'm really excited for it. Since 2020 is coming to an end, Christmas is approaching, New Year's is approaching, I decided to do a little reflection on my year. Now obviously 2020 hasn't been the best year for many of us, it's kind of been a really awful year, but that's not what I want to focus on in this video. I really want to focus on all of the positives, and I want this to be a reflection of all the things that I am grateful for this year. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. I wanted to do this video because I feel like you guys have been watching my channel now for a little while. I've had this channel for about 6 months and I don't really do like Q&As and stuff like that, at least not at this point. So I thought this would be like a fun little way for you to get to know me. So we'll start at the very beginning of the year in January, which is so crazy because it feels like when I look back on those months, it feels like much longer than just a year ago, but it really hasn't been. So in January, I was still in school. There was no online school at this point, and I was doing my second semester of my second year of university. For those of you who don't know, I am a cinema studies major, and I'm also doing a minor in Italian studies and English at the University of Toronto. So that's what I was doing back in January. I think one of the really fun events that I had back in January was when I went to go see the show Anastasia at the Ed Mirvish, and it was absolutely incredible, you guys. Probably one of my favorite shows that I've ever seen. I really loved it, and I'm so glad that I got to go to that. The beginning of the year, I was actually really big on going to see like live performances, and I'm glad that I ended up doing that because obviously at that point I didn't realize that it would be the last time I would get that chance for a very long time. So I'm glad that I actually took that opportunity to do that. That's what I love about being downtown Toronto. There's so much to do and you can just kind of go and sneak in a show in between classes. It's really great. So come February, the show that I went to go see, I believe it was Cats and not the really creepy movie, the actual like live performance. And it was good. It was still a little bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. Definitely not one of my favorites, but the dancing was really incredible in it. Valentine's Day was really magical too. My boyfriend and I went on a date to a really cool Japanese steakhouse where they cook right in front of you, so that was a lot of fun. And the day after Valentine's Day, I actually left on vacation, which just feels so crazy. I can't believe that we went on vacation just before everything happened. But we did. We actually, my family and I, we went to Orlando. Normally we go to Orlando about twice a year. It's just something that we really enjoy doing as a family. This trip was no exception. We went on my reading week. We basically just stayed at this really nice resort and the weather was really gorgeous. We did a lot of shopping and we kind of make it a little tradition to always go to Disney Springs whenever we're down there. I am a huge Disney fan, and especially the Disney parks. I think they are so magical and I just love being there. And when I'm not there, whenever I'm at home, I watch a ton of Disney park related videos just to make me feel the nostalgia. I've been doing that a lot in quarantine. So I'm really glad that I did get to do that right before everything shut down. Oh, and I should show you the little souvenir that I got for my trip. It's so cute. Okay, I'll be back. 1 second. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So part of my favorite thing about going to Disney Springs is looking at all the little souvenirs. Disney really has the most adorable souvenirs, and I'm just a sucker for this kind of stuff. So the last one that I picked up is this really gorgeous little glass slipper. It's got these little cute diamonds in it, and it's just so pretty. It's tiny, but it's gorgeous. I absolutely love this, and it's one of my favorite things that I have in my room. I'm a huge Disney fan. So after that, March came along, and the very beginning of March, I actually got lucky enough to get tickets to go see Hamilton. So that was really exciting, and it was actually the last show that I saw before everything shut down. And I loved Hamilton. I went with my 2 best friends and it was a really fantastic show to see. I'm so happy that I got to see it. Pretty much a week later, everything got locked down. It was crazy. Everything switched to online. All of my classes switched to online. Suddenly, exams just kind of flew out the window. During quarantine, I didn't do much. Like, I wish I had more to tell you guys about that time, but obviously we were all locked in our house and I was really just focused on school. I was lucky enough that my job was able to switch over to an online version, so I was still working and I still had a source of income, which was really good. I'm really grateful for that. But being at home was definitely an adjustment, but I adjusted and I used that time to kind of work on myself, which was nice. So I spent that time when I wasn't doing work or school doing other things that I loved. So I spent a lot of time sewing this year. I actually handmade the outfit that I'm wearing right now, this little cape and the matching skirt, which is actually in my Christmas outfits video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check it out because I'm really proud of that video, how that turned out, and I think you'll like it too. So I worked on stuff like that, and around June, I decided that I really wanted to start a YouTube channel. So this is something that I kind of wanted to do for a very long time, but there's just always, I feel like if you've ever considered starting a YouTube channel, you know exactly the feeling that I'm talking about, where you're like, if I do this, people will think it's weird, I don't want people to know. But honestly, being in quarantine, like I hadn't seen anyone in so long that I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I think that it's gonna be really fun and it's something I really enjoy. Like I love making videos for you guys, especially the content that I've been making recently. I've really been proud of that content, like all the fashion stuff and stuff like that. This is really what I want to share. And so I'm really happy with that, and I cannot believe how far that this channel has come in the past 6 months. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. We are over 500 subscribers now, and it's only been half a year. So I am really, really grateful for you guys. And I love being on YouTube. I'm so glad that I decided to do this. Like, it was a blessing in disguise that I had this time kind of to myself to self-reflect and do the things that I really wanted to do and explore different paths and stuff that I wanted to take, and I love what I'm doing now. I'm really happy with it. In August, I actually turned 20, so I'm 20 years old if you guys didn't know that. But yes, I turned 20 this year, and by that time, lockdown was starting to lift up a little bit, so I celebrated with my family and my boyfriend. We went to a really nice Italian restaurant, so that was fun, and it was a really great night. I had a good time, and I do wish that I could have seen my friends and stuff like that, but I'm still so happy that I got to spend it the way that I did. During the 4 months of summer that I had off, I was also taking an online summer school course. I was doing an Italian language course, so that was really great, and I'm grateful that I got to do that. I do wish that I got to take that course in person, just because it's so much easier to learn a language when you can actually speak it to people face to face. It's a lot more difficult when it's all online behind a screen. And then September came along, and obviously we were announced that we were still online for school. So that's what I've been doing currently. I just finished my first semester of my 3rd year, and it was a hard one, honestly. It was probably my hardest semester yet, but I got through it, so I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm not sure if being online was part of the reason it felt so much harder this year, but I think it was, because it just felt like it was so much harder to keep on top of everything and keep track of all the things that I had to do, because it just felt like there were assignments all over the place, on this website, on this website, on this website. So it was really hard to keep track of, but I'm thinking now that I've sort of got the hang of it. So I'm hoping the next semester will be easier. I'm really enjoying the courses that I'm taking this year. It's really fun courses. And next semester I'm going to be taking, I have like a film history course that I'm taking. I have studio era film, which I'm taking right now, Italian film. I'm taking a course on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm taking a course on Italian fashion, and I'm taking, English. I'm taking a course on Victorian literature. I'm honestly loving all of the courses that I'm taking this year. They're much more geared towards my interests. They're much less general than courses that I've taken in the past. So I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm really excited for the next semester. I'm hoping that it will be a easier transition now that I've sort of got the hang of how this works. So obviously now we're towards the end of the year, which honestly I don't have that much to share with you because not much has happened. Where I live, we still have many COVID restrictions, like we're still heavily restricted in what we can do, and it was actually just announced yesterday that we are going on complete lockdown again, which is gonna be hard. It's not, I really hate that I can't see my family and my friends. So I'm not really excited for that, but I understand why it's necessary and why we have to do it. And as of right now, it's only for 28 days. So hopefully by the end of that, there will be a light at the end of the tunnel and things will start to get better. Today is actually December 21st. I'm filming this the morning of that it's gonna be released. And we are going to be driving up to my relative's house just to drop off Christmas presents like on the porch. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. It's kind of almost depressing that we're not gonna be able to see family. Like today is kind of just that like wake-up call that like Christmas is gonna be so different this year. But what can you do? I know personally I'm still gonna try to make the absolute most of it at home, and I'm sure it will be a memorable Christmas one way or another. I'm really hoping that 2021 is going to be a fantastic year. I'm really hoping for the best. And I really want to continue doing the things that I love even when I'm back in my regular life. So I just want to thank you all so much for supporting me for these past 6 months. This journey on YouTube has really been incredible for me, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I really cannot express all the gratitude that I feel towards every single one of my subscribers. So thank you so much for giving that to me. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you had a little bit of fun getting to know me and hearing what my year was like. I would love to hear from you guys, the highlights of your year as well. Please feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. I would love to talk to you guys. Please remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!